Hey Alfonso, hey Don, hey piece of steak. Interesting title. Yeah, we're finishing Size Palace. Oh, whoops. Uh, we're finishing Size Palace, and then, um, hopefully moving along to the very next palace, like, within this stream. Probably not doing it, because, you know, Shido's palace is gonna be a bit of a chunkier one, but, you know, better than nothing. I want to at least start it, or be in the position to start it, you know? Because we've done most of the confidants already, so there's actually not really much to do, like, left in the video game. And obviously, since it's New Game Plus, I don't have to increase my social stats or anything, so... I don't even have to fuse personas, because... New Game Plus. Though I suppose if there's any good time to do the jailer fight, it would be around now. I don't know if you can do it after you beat Shido's Palace. I should probably look that up, actually. So right before I throw the game up, let me... No, not how long is the fight. How late can you do the twins boss? P5. There we go. You can't even finish inside the command. How disgraceful. I have no idea what you're talking about. Happy birthday and Cinco de Mayo. It's not my birthday. It won't be for a minute. But hey, Cinco de Mayo, that comes every year. Shouts out to all my Hispanic viewers. They probably exist, right? Like 3,000 people watched the Metal Gear Solid video. There's gotta be something out there. So the Euphemia scene was peak? Yes. I like that scene a lot. There are problems, obviously, but I like it a whole lot. Last date is 12/22. Okay, so yeah, we can do it after Shido. Alright, time to get this fucking game on screen. Boom. I'm Hispanic? Oh, yeah. I should've known that. Given the whole, you know. Is that a boogie moment? that's a lot of money for a black person. Or is it? I don't know. Oh my god. Lol cows are like the lifeblood of entertainment on the internet. Because for as much as I want Boogie to have nothing left and go away, for as much as I want DSP to have nothing left and go away, it would... I also never want them to go away. If you understand. I want them to continue making content forever. I'm sorry, wait, what? Let's wait. Oh, right. I forgot. The story explanation for why the dates line up, whatnot. Also, could you guys hear my fan? Because I only just now turned it off, because I forgot about it. But, if you tell me that you couldn't hear it until just now, that would be really cool. Because it's fucking sweltering in this room. Hey Solid Blueberry. I feel like I haven't seen you around in a while. I don't even know if there's anything, like, I have left to do. Like, I've gone to the gym so many times that I've gotten the max stat bonuses you can get from it. So genuinely, there's like nothing left I even. There's nothing left to do, you know? Phil on a respirator seems so funny. I mean, I'm very curious to see when Phil plans on, like, you know, not DSPing anymore. Because, you know, he's acknowledged the fact that he's not going to be able to play video games forever. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure Haru's the only company I have left. I've just stopped checking. But yeah, he said he plans on. Oh yeah, let me turn this music down because it is possible to hear myself think. Yeah, it's Morgana, that's the guy, then Haru, and then Akechi, and then everyone else stuff. I guess I'll make coffee. Yeah, so he said he doesn't plan on playing games forever because he knows he can't, you know, physically, it's just impossible. But, like, what is he gonna do then? Because, like, he's not interesting. But he's not interesting enough to talk about anything. And the games are what people come to him for, allegedly. So once he's like 60-something years old DSP coming onto the stream, what's he gonna like do or say that would get anyone to give even an iota of a shit? Why does iota mean a small thing? Because that's, like, you know, the Greek letter. Like, when people say omega something or other, it refers to, like, the end. Because, you know, that's the last letter in the alphabet. Why is an iota a small thing? Sure, I guess I'll buy shit. If I had known the game was gonna jerk me around this long about going to get Sai, I would have done this part off stream. But unfortunately, you're all gonna have to sit here and watch me make coffee and hang out with Haru for the next 5 days. Also, no one ever answered about the fan. Because my immediate assumption would be that you can't hear it. Because it's not blowing, you know, into the mic. You know, the way the mic is facing and the way the fan are facing are both towards me, which means that the air is not going directly into the mic. But at the same time, like, the fan itself makes a noise, it's not just the wind. Wait, I can just go to... Can't hear it? Perfect. So I don't have to die in here. But that's actually... But that's surprising to me, because like I said, you know, it's not the wind that I was worried about, it's like the noise the fan itself is making, which my noise gate would not be able to help with, because you'd be able to hear anytime I'm talking. But, I mean, if you say you can't hear it, then fucking why not? Rule 34, what solid blueberry? Maybe Phil could sell an organ. I mean, yeah, but he wouldn't. There's a lot of things Phil could do, you know. Evidently, there's a lot of things he won't do, even if it'll help him. Oh, right. Forgot. I have to look up the answers to these things, because you're fucked if you think I'm gonna do this the way God intended. Not that I don't have enough time to. Considering the fact that I've maxed out every other confidant in the game and I have genuinely nothing left to do. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll put my money where my mouth is and just go off of vibes. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Just kidding, it was completely on purpose. But yeah, no, I've got more than enough time to make up any Haru hangouts that I don't fully max out, so like, who cares? Dude, I'm fucking crushing these answers. To be fair, a lot of the confidant answers in this game are very, what's the word? Predictable. If you say that a nice thing or agree with them, there's a pretty good chance that's the maxed out answer. And you're only allowed to say funny answers in that you're aloof. You can't just be completely goofy and be like, what the fuck, there's elephant shit in this. You gotta be like, yeah, I can taste the elephant. It's all gotta be like sarcastic comedy. Which, you know, was pretty cool when you did it in Persona 4, but the difference is that you did that in Persona 4 the anime, while Joker's just lame. I would pay good money for a fill organ, not even to use just to have in my fridge. I mean, I wouldn't, because you know, if I paid money to get a fill organ, that would be money going to Phil, and as I previously established, I do not want that. No comment. I'm so good at this video game. Thanks, Haru. You're still not getting in the party, but like, you know. It's nice to know you tried. What song is this? What the hell am I listening to now? Oh, TF2. Pass. Not that the song was bad, mind you, just that, you know, it's taking a bit to get going. Yeah, sure, Karn's theme. Gavin, P5 Smash list? That's a long list. Or at least a long, like, descriptive list. I'm not sure I could confidently tell you every single female in this game off the top of my head anyway. So, come back to me about that near the end of the stream. And we'll throw open a Google tab for a tier maker. Yeah, so I don't like that they show you the confidant thing, even if you max them out, because, like, genuinely, why would you even want to do that? What's the point? Like, yeah, you can go to them for shits and gigs, but why would you? They don't say anything new. You go and hang out with them, and they're like, you know, it's like, you hung out with this person. Isn't that nice? It's like, okay, thanks. Shadow the Hedgehog Rule 34. I mean, I saw the other day, people doing more, like, Bijinka stuff, Or no, it would probably be pronounced Gijin. Gijinka. But that takes a lot of effort in my, diaphragm to say, so I'll just say Gijinka. After my favorite Beyblade character. That's not true. Masamune is my favorite. I don't know why I lied like that. Jinga is not my favorite Beyblade character. No one quote me on that. This is not true. Masamune is my favorite character, and he's the best one. He's my favorite because he's the best. I just want to make sure you're all aware. Who? Are we talking about Kazuki Oden from the hit manga One Piece? They stripped him naked and made him dance around the fuck. That should be pretty too. That's interesting. It's like he's a criminal, but you know, it'd be weird if he looked ugly when he was getting killed. Damn, how Gavin not fall for my very obvious trap. What trap? The P5 list? Make no mistake, I'm still doing it. I just don't care about what you're trying to go for. If I am, of course, reading the situation correctly. Which I am. But then I gave my trap away. Masamune the Fraud. Have you ever even seen the parts of Beyblade Masamune's from? Pop quiz. Which series of Beyblade did Masamune debut in? I came for you. Jet. Metal Masters, Gavin. Okay, so you are aware. I just don't know where this Masamune the fraud talk is coming from. Cause put some respect on my boy Masamune Kadoya. He's the vice captain of the team for a reason. If we're gonna talk about frauds, what's up with you? He was like top 3 strongest characters in not Metal Fury, that's the last one. Not the last one, but the third one. Fusion. I don't know why they both make them FU words, but yeah, that. But yeah, I don't know. You was like top 3 in Metal Fusion, with the other 2 being Jinga and Ryuga. Like, you was basically cheating for like the entirety of the show that he was a part of. But then in Metal Masters, he gets bitched by Tsubasa and Masamune, and he becomes the fucking substitute member. Isn't that crazy? And like, think about it from my perspective, cause I started watching Beyblade with Metal Masters, and so when I was watching it, my only impression of the team structure was, oh, you must suck, cause he's just a substitute member, but Jinga, Masamune, and Tsubasa are like, you know, the actual team. And then eventually I go back and watch Fusion, and I'm like, wait a minute, why was he bitching everybody? Yu doesn't lose once. The one time he did was against the final boss. So yeah, TLDR, put some respect on Masamune's name. Because he's actually goated. And no, I'm not biased because Lightning Beyblade. I wouldn't. I'm not gonna lie and say that that's not like a part of why I like Masamune, but you know, it's not like I'm not biased. You know, he is just the best character. You know, that's the end of it. And he gets fucking snubbed in Fury, where he doesn't get one of the comet pieces, and then he even shows up with a better bay because he thought that everyone was renaming their bays and shit. And he was like, "Yo, wait, no, the first one was Ray Striker, and then it became Flash Striker. What was his Beyblade called in Fury?" I forget, did Ray change or did Striker change? I assume it was Ray, because Striker refers to the face, and it was still a unicorn, so like... Oh, fucking, I don't know, dog. What's this? Sure. Blitz Striker, there we go. But yeah, he even gets a new bay, and he's like, "Oh yeah, now it's Blitz Striker," but he still doesn't matter because he didn't get a comet piece, and everyone else they get some matter in the story and be relevant, but Masamune just gets to sit there and jerk off, and it's bullshit, I tell you. I still have yet to rewatch Fury. Because I finished my rewatch of Masters, and then I started like episode 1 of Fury, but I got irritated because I was watching it on my phone, on which ad blockers were not effective. I guess I'll just go to the hip or something, I don't know. The ad blockers weren't effective on my phone, and so I got irritated trying to watch the show. And then I ended up putting it off for a while. And by for a while, I mean, the last time I watched it was... probably, like, February of... No, it would have been later than that. Because I watched Blood Blockade then. So, so by put it off, I mean the last time I watched it, was April of 2023. So, you know. Bro, it's on YouTube for free and like no ads. Is Fury on YouTube for free? Because I know Masters is on YouTube for free. I don't think the whole show was. But I might as well check. This one's labeled Metal Fury, but 14 episodes in, oh sorry, not even 14, 13 episodes in, they're showing episodes of Shogun Steel, and then 3 episodes later, it's the original Beyblade. So someone's lying to me. This might be it, though. Okay, then. That was an important tangent. Though, considering all the other things that I'm watching right now, I'm still not going to get back to Beyblade for a minute. Because I have to finish geass. I have to finish geass, and then Pluto, and then Oron Host Club, and then Castlevania, and then Beyblade. That's assuming I'm not forgetting something, which I very well might be. Also, your Yakuza journey. I'm so bored. Like, you know, on a graph, if you want to chart my enjoyment with the series, you started with 0, which was like a middle ground, a perfect, like, I don't really care about this all that much. So I like the story a lot, and a lot of the sub-stories, but the gameplay was awful. Which of these is a cockloid? After it's resembled to a snail. I would assume A. Hold on, wait a minute. What was the actual answer? Huh? Wait a minute, I want to see that image again. I'm going back in the stream, because what the fuck are you talking about B? B did not look like a snail shell. What are you talking about? A is like the shape. It's like the one thing that people are like, oh yeah, it's a snail. Oh. What are they teaching the youth these days? Oh yeah, but Yakuza. So yeah, 0 is like a perfect middle ground. Love the story, hated the gameplay. And then 1 was like a better version of 0. Because the gameplay wasn't as bad. The story wasn't as good, but the story matters way less, so, you know, didn't bother me much. But yeah, the gameplay was just a tad better, so, like, you know, it was better. But then I played Kiwami 2, and that game was, like, good. I still didn't love it. I feel like the structure of Yakuza games are a bit protracted for my tastes. I know that the comparison between Yakuza and GTA 5 is horribly inaccurate and also overdone. But the one place where I feel like the games are fit to be compared is in the overworld. In that there are a lot of times in both games' main stories where you're allowed, or even encouraged, to just dick around the overworld for some amount of time. And in between all of your story missions, I wish the occasion can see the sunrise the earliest. I would assume the summon of Fuji, because, you know. But yeah, but both games either encourage and sometimes require you to fuck around in the city and do a bunch of bullshit before you can progress the story. But also, like, even in the middle of the story, it'll be like, oh my god, Kiryu, something's going on at Bantam. Get over there. And then you have to, like, walk your ass over to Bantam. You can't just fast travel there. You can't just tell the story, yeah, I want to go, take me. No, you have to fucking get your hands on the controller and walk over there yourself. And it's awful for the pacing. Again, Kiwami 2 was better, because, you know, the story was good and the gameplay was good. But, oy vey, it just gets so tiresome. What's that DSP quote? I'm just tired of this stupid shit, man. It's that. But you know, despite me saying all that, like I said, Kiwami 2 was good, and that was also the peak so far. Because I played Yakuza 3, and not being in the Dragon Engine, it was, like, really annoying and stupid and bad. But that's not even the gameplay. And I got into the actual gameplay, and it was like... and it was like pulling teeth. There's no other way to describe it. Everyone's blocking. All the time. I can never finish a combo, because they're blocking all the time. Like, there's a part of me that thought, in my heart of hearts, that maybe Yakuza fans are exaggerating. That calling it Blockuza 3 is you know, overdoing it. It couldn't be that bad, could it? But it could. and it was. And so I just said fuck it and I stopped playing it. I watched the cutscenes on YouTube. Then I got started with Yakuza 4. And 4 is better because I'm not constantly getting all of my attacks blocked. Well, make no mistake, it's still the Dragon. It's still pre-Dragon Engine. And pre-Kiwami 1, where they at least made, like, ancillary stuff like EXP better. So at the end of the day, it's just shit. And I'm probably gonna skip 4 too, because not only is 4, you know, playing like ass, it's also still, or sorry, no, not still, because 4 is the first game in the Yakuza series that's like 50 billion hours long. Did not mean to go to the top. Because every other Yakuza game, -0 is like a pretty reasonable length, like 15 hours, little less than, depending on how much you want to get into it. But, and even with 0, like, 0 was long, but it was... No, 0 probably also had a pretty bad pacing too, because, like, I didn't notice it while I was playing, but that doesn't mean that 0 had better pacing. I think that just means that I didn't think about it, because there are a lot of things I didn't think about while I was playing Yakuza 0. Mainly, the fact that sub-stories were not giving me anything. I was not receiving any value for completing them. And I didn't notice that until I was like basically done with the game. So, 0's pacing might have actually just been awful, and I just didn't realize it. Plus, 0 is like 30 hours long, but then after that I played 1, and then 2, and then watched 3. So 3, like, reasonably short games back to back, and then I get hit with 4, and it's like, oh yeah, how long is Yakuza 4? It's like 25 hours long. And I just don't know if I want to do that. And 25 hours isn't even like that crazy to me. But the problem with it is that it's 25 hours on top of doing whatever other bullshit I have to do to level up my abilities. And also, the thing I mentioned before, which is walking. Because awesome thing about pre-Yakuza 0 open world is that there was no running. You just have to walk everywhere. And it's so slow. It takes forever to get everywhere. And the only place you can taxi to is the places where there are other taxis, which isn't the same as how it worked in Kiwami 1 or in Kiwami 2, where you could taxi to places that you couldn't taxi from because it was at least going to get you to some place that was closer to other things in the city. I say all that to say, 4 is struggling to hold my attention. And I hate the RPG aspects of Yakuza, because it makes even just trying to focus on the main story so awful. Because even just trying to focus on the main story, there's not enough, like, you don't get enough moves or EXP to be able to, like, reasonably flesh out the combat. And so a vast majority of it is just gonna be you spamming the attack and finisher buttons over and over again, and then occasionally spamming a heat move. Then occasionally using a heat move. And because the heat system is so undertuned, it's literally just hit the guys until your bar goes up and then press the Y button. It ends up being so worthless. It's just, it's so irritating. I forget when she eventually gets the fights like actually start, so I'm just gonna do this until it happens, because her health is not going down. And because, like many fights in this game, it's fucking rigged and you can't do anything until the game allows you to progress to the boss. We're just gonna let it go. Oh, it's a penalty for... Okay, I get you. Ryuji can't heal, so you hang out real quick. What if Joker just fucking died? Wouldn't that be funny? I'm pretty sure I played this one before on stream and it didn't get picked up by copyright because it's a very deep-fried mashup, but still don't want to risk it. Dude, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 music is so fucking good. I have yet to come across a theme in that game that is not a bop. There are some that are more bops than others, but like... And this is fucking Hawkeye's theme. Who is gassing up Hawkeye like that to be like, you know what? It's time to hop in the booth for this one. I have no idea if it actually matters who is the sniper, but I usually send Morgana to do it. Though I guess if you want to be literal about how the guns are working, it would make more sense to send Morgana than the other two, because On can't aim, and... Actually, I should probably heal. Yeah, On can't aim and Ryuji has a shotgun, so... I don't know if they'd be able to hit anything anyway. I don't have a multi-heal? Unfortunate. Oh, On doesn't have one either. Okay. Ryuji then. Why not? After looking at the evidence, I concluded that Masamune isn't a fraud, except in Fury, however, is a bit overrated. Also, I've learned that... God, I fucking hate this YouTube thing. I've learned that they have him in a buzz cut in Shogun Steel. I do not remember that. Which, granted, I haven't watched Shogun Steel in full, because when it first came out, you know, I was watching it as a kid does on the TV, but I fucking hated it and I thought it was ass. So I would just occasionally forget to watch episodes sometimes. And then the only part that I came back for was when Jenga came back, and then the finale. Holy shit, is that Chainsaw Man? If I type in kickback, will it put in the actual version or a cover? Actually, why don't I just type in kickback cover? Nope, okay. Kickback. See, it says cover in Nightbot, but I don't know if that means it's actually going to be a cover, so I guess we'll find out. Now the actual fight starts. Highest magic, highest physical. Nope, this is highest physical. He also has that. No, that's the same. Oh wait, no, also highest physical. Okay. Purple blade then. I genuinely want to know whose idea it was to fuck up the booth for goddamn Hawkeye's theme. Good on them, but like goddamn. Okay, yeah, this is a cover. Oh shit, I should have made the thumbnail fucking Psy as Chainsaw Man. Damn it. No. I should probably just have Ryuji buff Joker, and then have Joker do all the damage. Yeah, ours isn't anyway, so like, who gives a fart? But yeah, TLDR, I didn't watch all of Shogun Steel because I thought it was bad. Which, you know, let's not kid ourselves, it was. Now, of course, I haven't seen it in, like, what, 10 years at this point? God, I'm old. But I can say with confidence that if you couldn't even get a 10-year-old Gavin to like Shogun Steel, it was probably bad. SP? Bitch, I got that SP adhesive on. I'm not even worried. Actually, let me re-up on this attack up. Should I even attempt a proud mode in KH1 after I finish my first playthrough? No! Unless you plan on getting, you know, Platinum Trophy, which even then I wouldn't recommend that either. But no, I do not recommend proud mode in KH1, because in KH1, it's not like everything you've heard about critical mode in KH2 is what proud is supposed to be for KH1, for Final Mix at least. But the problem is that it's kind of overtuned and not really balanced in accordance to that. Because, like, you know, KH2's critical mode is very much balanced for the player. You know, you do a fair amount of damage, enemies do a lot of damage, but not, like, one-shotting you all the time. And you're given a lot of, like, abilities to make up for the fact that the game will be harder. Mario's the superstar! But these do not apply to KH1. In KH1, they just sort of crank all the numbers up and say, good luck, asshole. And I just don't think it's very fun. So, unless you plan on getting that Platinum, I just would not bother. What's in the new Blade series? Well, I don't even know what the new Blade series is. Is Burst, like, still the newest one? Or is there a different one up now? And I tried asking people about Burst. I was like, yo, is Burst, like, actually fire? but my mistake was asking that on Reddit.com. And, you know, I don't know if I said it on stream before, but part of why I hate about Reddit is that it's such a fucking circle jerk for, like, all communities. And so you go on there, and I say something as innocuous as, hey, is Burst any good? I looked at it, and it doesn't really look interesting to me. But, is it good? And I get a bunch of fucking assholes being like, but what do we mean it doesn't look interesting? What does it look to you? And I'm like, fucking, fuck off, you asshole. I'm sorry that I said your fucking favorite children's show does not look very interesting to me. If I were feeling particularly petty right now, I would actually just open up Reddit and look at exactly what the comments were, because there was one that I remember particularly annoying me. Is there something I'm missing when it comes to damage here? Because I feel like I am doing fucking pennies when I should not be, considering the stats of my personas. I prefer the royal version of the Shadow side boss. I mean, I guess I'll get there when I get there. Haven't tried Ice, Nuke, Light, and Curse. So yeah, Bufudine and High Curse. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know nothing about Beyblade Burst. But all I know about the show is that apparently people really like it, because I went onto that fucking Reddit and I was like, yo, Burst seems kind of stupid to me, because, like, the whole thing in the original shows, or I guess I can't speak to the original Beyblade, but at the very least in the Metal series, whenever a Bey broke, that was like a bad thing. That was like a holy shit moment. Shit, even a Bey just like chipping was a holy shit moment. And so now you're gonna try and sell me an entire fucking series where the gimmick is like when you lose, your Bey just fucking explodes. It's like, oh, it's like where are the stakes at? It's just Light, Nuke, and Gun. Which I doubt Gun will do any damage, but I mean, no harm in trying, I suppose. Man, sometimes I wish that RPCS3 had a speed-up feature like most other emulators do. I guess it's just time to sit here and jerk off. I don't know why you would ever want to go for a risky high return bet for this fucking fight, unless you're like actually struggling. Like, genuinely, how would it benefit you at all? Sure. I mean, so, you know, chances are she's not weak to anything. But, That would annoy me by a lot. Particularly because I've said it before about Persona 5 specifically, but it applies to a lot of games. I really, really, really hate RPGs where they have some unique system that you're, you know, meant to engage with. But then, God forbid, you actually do engage with it. But then you get to a boss fight and they're immune to it. This whole fucking game is centered around knockdowns and whatnot. Then you get to a boss fight, and now they're immune to everything. What's even like the point? I'm just sitting here, hitting her with a big stick until she dies. And it just irritates me. Because it feels like my time is being wasted. And like, my engagement with the system for the rest of the game didn't matter. It's not like I get here and it's like, oh, well, she's immune to everything. Just hit her a bunch, dog. Just punch her really hard. Did I use the wrong heal on her? Why did I only do half? Now it's Beyblade X with the gimmick being they turn into rockets if they touch the stadium edge. Bay bursts can break like they do in Metal Fusion. Bursting is a game mechanic different from break. Oh wait, you're talking about burst. Yeah, I understand that it's different, that they're not actually breaking the bays and bursts. But I'm saying, when the bays break apart, that's like it. Or not like, so, how to word this? In Beyblade, the reason why a bay breaking, or in the Metal series, the reason why a bay breaking was a big deal. Where's the guy? There you are. The reason why a bay breaking was a big deal was because it could either happen in the middle of a match, like just from two bays hitting against each other, like Tsubasa versus Snake Man in Fusion. Or shit, even, Leon. Or Kyoya, you know, the Bay Leon. But Leon versus, Yu and Jinga. Also in Fusion. But yeah, the thing that was risky there was that, you know, bays could break in the middle of a match. And then there were a few cases where... Oh yeah. Why did I keep Diorama? There's actually no point. And then there were times where, even after a match ended, you know, the match ends when the bay stops spinning. But just because one bay stops spinning doesn't mean, like, you know, it's like, pack it up, go home. The other bay is still spinning in the arena, and there were a few instances where people would, you know, if they were meanies, they would have their bay beat up the other non-spinning bay to damage it and stuff. And so my point is that in Burst, if the match ends, if a bay exploding facilitates the match ending, how do they break? Do they break? Like, does the other person send their bay after like every individual piece? Oh yeah, I forgot about the penalty. Whoops. You know, fuck it. There's a, yeah, $200. Oh yeah. Yeah, do they send the bay to break up like every individual piece of the other person's bay? And can it even happen in the middle of a match? Because I assume the reason the bays burst is because they took damage. But presumably, the amount of damage it takes for them to burst is less than the amount of damage it would take for them to break. So, like, what's the point? Guns down, that don't matter to me, it just lets me finish this fucking fight sooner. Cause god am I bored. Ass smashing right through the fire. Thanks, Fuda. How embarrassing. all that and for what? Thanks, Futaba. I feel like this is a bit overdone considering the fact she has no health left, but like, whatever you want. Ass smashing right through the fire. Yeah, whatever. Literally never gonna use her, so like, who cares? He's gonna leave the party after this, so who cares? They can still take damage and burst, but they don't often use it as a story beat, I believe. They also can't really control the bays with their mind like in Metal Fusion. What? So what's the point? The bays having superpowers is like the reason Beyblade's cool. If I wanted to watch a bunch of tops spin around each other, I would go play with Beyblades. Of which I have multiple. At least 3. I have Spiral Wire, Burning Pegasus. There's a Flame Pegasus. I don't know, it's Red Pegasus. Not Cyber, it's like actually Fire Team, but, and then Lightning Eldrago. And I was looking into buying a Twisted Tempo, because that's like one of my favorite Bay designs. But it got delisted off of Amazon, where I had it wishlisted, so I might have to look somewhere else for it. Back in the olden days, I would have gone to, you know, good old-fashioned not GameStop, Toys R Us to get Beyblades. But we all know what happened to them, so maybe not anymore. Yeah, no, the Beyblades having superpowers is like the whole point. And like, you know, back to the damage thing, because this kind of relates to that. I understand that the Bays kind of always just had health, because they would spin forever, basically. Until they took some nebulous amount of damage from the fight, and it would stop spinning. And so you might argue that the bursting is a more streamlined version of the health thing, where it's just like, yeah, then they explode. Hey guys, remember this is like the intro of the game. But yeah, but about the health thing. But the spinning aspect is like the whole point of Beyblade. Oh hey, our son. Yeah, but I don't really want to use you, Arsene. You kind of suck, actually. Unless you're not literally talking about joining my party. Just like you're just being coy about it, being like, "Hey, I'm here, by the way." Was rock parade, yeah. Battle cry. Look at this fucking asshole. You stupid idiot. Yeah, the spinning gave it. The spinning was like the whole theme of the series. That's A. And no, that's not my Gurren Lagann fandom biasing myself. Shut up, you. Actually, how do I guess that's Nile? I don't even know for real. I'm pretty sure there's no fights past here anyway, but just in case. Yeah, the spinning was like the whole theme of the series, and also it gave a much more, it gave much more of a feeling to what was actually happening whenever the bays, like, make contact with each other. Because damage is, like, kind of nebulous. But at least if they were spinning, the whole point is that they spin against each other. Yes, oh my god, I played the video game Persona 5 before. Yeah, them spinning into each other is like the whole thing. That they spin into each other and slow each other down. That's what happens when they clash, when they clink, when they clash, when they spin against each other, when they spin upside down over each other. That's like Yu's whole thing. Is that he spins really hard and vibrates. I will refrain from making the joke that came to my mind. But when it's like, oh yeah, they just like explode after they give up after a while, it's like, why? What's the point? What are we doing here? Well, the base still kind of have magic abilities, but to a lesser extent. Like, someone blows off a roof with one, but they can't control the direction after launching, mostly. That's stupid. I don't like that. Which I know how ironic it sounds, when it's like, oh yeah, I think it's stupid that the bays aren't magic. But I mean, honestly, that's like the whole appeal of the anime, is that this is what you imagine bays doing, you know, in general. Like that one Twitter video where the guy set the Beyblades on fire. And now we're all caught up. That was the most protracted flashback I've been in any video game ever, where the whole video game is a flashback. No, I do not. Translation is not going high. We're not finding the opposite now. The country has assistance. There's a proposal. A photo of you will speak very close to you in this case. And then your party, and it's like, no, never heard of them. No, doesn't ring a bell. Who knows? That's right. Something about justice. Justice, yep, justice. Not forgiving criminals or something. Which is ironic, because there's gonna be a scene with Sai later that I'm gonna complain about. Assuming I don't skip the text, but... But yeah, there's definitely a scene with Sai that kind of goes against a lot of what this game's about, but we'll get there when we get there, probably. And then the twist happens where it's like, oh yeah, and then we made a really convoluted plan that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, if I'm remembering it correctly. Beyblade Vibrator will become a 5 out of 5 on Amazon? Potentially. Who's to say, really? Certainly not I. Congrats, Gavin, you progressed like 2 minutes in the story after like an hour of playing. Well, hey, that's the nature of a flashback. Yeah, whatever. And then, assuming I'm remembering the plan correctly, they were just now in the real world, but then Sai sent Akechi to the Shadow World. My question is, how did Joker get to the real world? Because the Fako cops in the Shadow World are the ones who caught Joker. And then where did he go? And how did Sai get to him? Because the only way that Sai would know that Joker got caught is if someone in the real world told her. But who in the real world would have told her? Akechi? He didn't say anything. He was with them. The cops in the Phantom World? They wouldn't say anything. That's impossible. The other Phantom Thieves? Futaba, maybe? Maybe she had like an automatic message for Akechi to get, maybe, or something, I don't know. God, that is a harsh glare. It is like 15 times brighter in this room than it was like 2 seconds ago. I can turn on the brights. And then even if Sai knew that Joker was getting his cheeks clapped by the cops, how would the real police have gotten a hold of him? Like who handed Joker to Sai or the police? It wasn't the Shadow World police, because that's impossible. Or was Joker just sitting in the middle of the street handcuffed? And somehow they were like, oh yeah, it's the guy. I don't get it. It does. Am I missing something? Also, how convenient that when Akechi shoots Fako Joker in the head. He doesn't like instantly turn into dust like the other dead shadows do. And then it waited until Akechi had left the room. And also, that after Akechi left the room, he had he did not notice that he was standing outside of a casino. Unless he only left the Shadow World while he was underground. / in the elevator. But again, that happening without noticing is strange, considering the way the game seems to portray going into the Shadow Realm. Oh yeah, and then this guy dies. He was just some guy. He appears throughout the game, you never interact with him, and he never says anything important. So, I couldn't think of a bigger waste of time. And then Sai is back in the real world? Business. So yeah, they saw each other in the hallway, and Sai went back to the real world, and sent Akechi to the Fako world. But does that mean that the person Sai was talking to the whole time was a Fako Joker? I mean, presumably he'd know everything the real Joker did, so like, who cares? But does that mean that real Joker never got drugged? He's just sitting in the room jerking off all the time? Or was Sai in the real world and sent Akechi to the Shadow World by herself, and then went to the Shadow World because she also had the phone, and then went back to the real world again at some point, somehow? Like, honest to goodness, am I missing something? Because I don't want to disparage a game, you know, untruthfully. I think Persona 5 is a piece of shit, but I think it's a piece of shit because everything's, like, factual about it. Never let anyone accuse me of being inaccurate about the games that I criticize. And so I genuinely want to know if there's just a part of this plan that I'm missing, that I've misunderstood. Because it really seems like it just does not make any fucking sense. P5 producer, well, you see, Gavin, bye. It feels like they just didn't really think about it at all. Put on color from Code Geass, will do. Oh, wait, shit. Okay, give me a second, I have to redo the playlist. Because the way the Nightbot works is that it only takes songs that are already in the playlist that I gave it. And so whenever I search a song, it only takes, you know, from that. And I did not put a cover of Colors into the playlist, so I have to add one now. Pause that for a sec. God, that's loud. Ew, English, never mind. Who's this? It's not, yeah, you're already doing too much. Don't add a vocal to the background of the trumpets. It's already good enough. Ew. That voice is way too high. Not a fan. I also hate that the fake Joker doesn't turn to dust like the other Cardicians do. Yeah, I mentioned that, because, like, obviously, why wouldn't that happen? Ooh, this is a good one. Perfect. I might just come to this guy to add a bunch of covers to my stream playlist.
So you've been coming home late. That's what I've heard. I make a good playmate, you know.
I like Colors a lot. It's a really good song. The only thing that I don't like about it is that the full version of the song, the way it like ends. Clear playlist, blah blah. Then import the whole thing. But yeah, the full version of the song, it doesn't end like the way the anime version does, where it's like bum 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 bum. I think that's a really good way for the song to end. But the full version ends on just a bunch of other bullshit, and it brings down the hype of the song, and I don't like it. Geass OP1 is so peak. That's really like the ending one of Geass. Yeah, the ending's also really good. Not good enough for me to listen to. Like, I don't listen to it when I'm not watching the show, but whenever it comes on, like, at the end of the episode, and I'm like, that's not my last episode that I'm watching for the day, then yeah, I listen to it, because, like, why not? It's a good song. The second opening, however, it's not bad, mind you. I like the guitar. But the song itself is just, like, so mid. Yeah, and then the Akechi betrayed you, and then babadi babadi boopity babadi. Hey, remember when he heard me say pancakes? How did he hear me say pancakes? He lied about going to the metaverse before, because he heard me say pancakes. And I won't lie, the pancakes thing is a really good tell. Because they establish early on that, yeah, you can only hear Morgana if you've been to the metaverse. And, you know, originally, they established that rule so that Morgana can talk to you in class, and, you know, while you're out and about. And then they repurposed the rule for the twist. I like that. Because a lot of lesser series have done a similar thing, but they introduced the rule for the sole purpose of the twist. The rule doesn't serve any other purpose, then when you get to this point, it'll do this thing. So I like that. They repurposed the rule to use differently. And because if you're paying attention during the pancake scene, you would notice that the only person who said the word pancakes was Morgana. And so when Akechi comes up and is like, did I hear something about pancakes? And it's like, what? Get out of here, dude. It's like, wait, how did he know we were talking about pancakes when the rest of us just said a delicious treat? Well, Morgana's the one who said pancakes. So I like that. I like the pancakes twist in a vacuum. Wow, how convenient that this doesn't happen until after Akechi leaves the room. So yeah, I like the pancakes twist in a bubble. My only problem with the pancakes twist is that happens like 2 months into the game. And so like 8 months later, when the Akechi comes back up, there's only really two things that can happen. Either A, you remember that twist, and you just spend the entire game going, well, Akechi's evil. Why are we letting him join the team? And if you didn't pick up on the twist, then, you know, coming back to it is like, oh, that's cool. But that's really it. it's oh, that's cool, and then the fan bees didn't act on it ever. Like even them showing the flashbacks just now is like the first time Morgana brings up the fact that Akechi's suspicious is at the school festival. When in reality he should have brought that shit up the second he heard him. The second Akechi said, "Hey, who mentioned pancakes?" Everyone, like, I get Ryuji is stupid and On isn't the right tool in the shed either, so they probably wouldn't have noticed. But Morgana would have been like, "Excuse me," since obviously he picked up on it. And it's implied that the main character also did. And I really used to say. Morgana, at the very least, would he not have been like, "Did you just hear me?" And then, like, you know, at least try to look for Akechi's reaction. But even if he didn't do that, because, you know, you might say that Morgana doesn't want to, like, you know, confirm that suspicion just yet. But the fact that he doesn't bring it up at all for, like, the whole fucking game is like, really? You're telling me that when they were questioning, like, oh man, I wonder who could be the man in black that's allegedly, you know, fucking around in the Persona world that we've known about since fucking Madarame. Oh, I wonder who could it possibly be? And it's like, I don't know, maybe it's the fucking guy. I feel stupid for not noticing that in 2017. I mean, you know, it's fair, because from you, the player's perspective, it's all just one conversation. It's like, yeah, they're talking about getting pancakes or whatever, and then Kechi rolls up and he's like, hey, pancakes? And so, you know, in your head, you're just like, yeah, pancakes, that's what they just said. It would help. I will say this is another criticism I have of the game, because I mentioned this before as well, but a lot of the dialogue in this game is very cookie-cutter. Like, there's not a lot of things that people say in this game that you could attribute to one character because only one character could have said it. And so, I don't really blame anyone for getting to the pancakes thing and just sort of, like, letting the conversation wash over them. Because it's like, yeah, anyone could have said the pancakes thing. You would have been paying attention to who was saying it, unless you were, like, locked in. Like, let's just go from here or whatever. It's ancient history now. Yeah, that could be Futaba, but that could also be Ryuji. Or that could also be On. And shit, that could be something the player character says. Shit, it could be something Sojiro says. He's also here. I forgot about that. But man, that goddamn detective. Ryuji, okay, I'll admit, that's something Ryuji would say. Ryuji's one of the few characters in this game that I think does have a unique voice. Very few of Ryuji's voice lines could ever be attributed to any other character, because Ryuji is just that well-defined. God, I fucking love Ryuji. He's like the best character in the game. Look who's here. Hey, you big bastard. He's talking about the player character. I fucking love Ryuji, man. He's like leaps and bounds the best one. And then On. How have you been? Like, what the fuck? Thanks On, or Haru, or Makoto, or Yusuke. Because literally anyone could have said those words. Thank goodness. Thanks Haru or Makoto. It truly is a relief to see your face. Thanks, Makoto or Haru. I bet that more and I didn't even know we tricked him yet. Like, that's so Ryuji, dude. I'm sorry, but like, yeah. So that's why I say that I like the pancake twist in a bubble, because from a writing standpoint, it's all like, you know, it's really well done. But then you start getting into the minutia, and it's like, but this thing is kind of convenient, and this thing's kind of annoying, and it's kind of not really set up that well from the dialogue because the dialogue kind of sucks dick. And it's just the whole thing. I can't believe you played an English cover. Even Hitter never played an English cover. I didn't play an English cover. I skipped it. And I specifically put in a Japanese one. The Doi. Why would he even talk to them after he heard the pancakes line? Why would he even care? that's another one of those things where it's like you get into the details and it's like, eh. The best I can say, because you know, I'll best faith the game. Akeshi really did want to hang out with like the Phantom Thieves as friends. I haven't played Royal yet, but allegedly that's something else they expand upon in that game. So he generally was interested in like getting pancakes because maybe he likes pancakes, and he was like, "Hey, you guys talking about pancakes? Man, I also love pancakes. You know, we should get pancakes sometime. All right, bye." Or at least I wish I could get pancakes too. I don't know, something like that. You know, he was genuinely interested in getting pancakes. I will give my best faith to the game on that one. Again, have you finished P4? I've already played P4. Remember, the timeline of my Persona journey is I played it on PS4, and then I didn't like it anymore. I hated it because I thought it was super overrated. And then I played Persona 4, and I actually hated 4. I liked the story and the characters a lot, but the gameplay was fucking awful. And so, playing 4 made me think, maybe I judged 5 too harshly, and so I replayed 5, and then, you know, I came away from that still not liking 5, but I appreciated it more. That's a lot of deleted messages. Yeah, I came away from 5 appreciating it more. And then now I'm playing 5 for not the final time, but the third time, because I'm gonna play it again on PS4 eventually, just so I can have a physical save that I can always go back to if I need to like get footage or something. And also, it's a version of the game that works properly all the time, as opposed to me emulating it on a real PS3. But anyway, but now I'm playing it for the third time, just so I can have all my criticisms in a place that I can reference. Because a lot of my Persona 5 criticisms are very disparate. Either there's something I randomly posted on Twitter, or I randomly posted in Discord, or I randomly said to my friends in the VC that I didn't record. Or that I've never made vocal to anyone, I just thought to myself while I was sitting in the shower. And so, I just wanted to stream the game to have it all consolidated. Have they talked about changing size hard yet? Because that's something else I want to complain about. I don't think we're there yet, but man, we'll get there. Probably, hopefully. And so yeah, after I finish this playthrough of 5, oh shit, I'm gonna play 5 two more times because I have to play Royal, and then I have to play normal 5 on my PS4. Which, granted, I don't have to play normal 5 on my PS4 for like a while until I plan on doing like a Persona 5 video, which I do eventually, but not anytime soon. But yeah, I have to play 5 two more times. I'm gonna have played a game that I hate 5 times over for a collective like 400 hours. Is that not kind of fucked up? Is that not crazy? Anyway. But yeah, after I finish this playthrough of 5, then I'm gonna play Golden, and then I'm gonna play Royal, and then I'll probably go back to play the original 3, so I can then play Reload. But considering the fact that they're adapting the answer into Reload, I might just do Fez and then play Reload. I also considered playing 3, Fez, and Reload, but considering the mixed opinions I hear about Persona 3, I think I'll save myself the torture. I think that Igor is the best twist in P5, especially the new voice for Igor if you played the past games. I like the Igor twist, but I don't know if I can say it's all that good. Because, aside from the twins' confidant, what about Igor can you really say before the twist happens? He's just kind of a guy. Because, again, from my perspective, 5 being my first Persona game, I was like, oh, that's not how I expected Igor to sound. But, like, I didn't know that he actually sounded different than that. I just knew him as the guy with the deep voice. I just saw his gnomish design and assumed he would have a higher voice. But, you know, it wasn't like anything crazy after that. It's just like, oh, okay, I guess that's how he sounds. Whatever. If you've played one of the past Persona games, then yeah, it would be weird. It's like, oh, why does Igor sound different? But if you haven't played them, the voice doesn't mean anything to you. It's just how he sounds. And then within the game, again, aside from the twins' confidant, there's nothing like that leads you to Igor being suspicious at all before it happens. Honestly, a lot of the world building around the Velvet Room is kind of weak in P5. I feel like it gets a lot more in 3, 4, and even fucking spin-offs. So yeah, I can't even say that the Igor twist is the best one in P5, or even a particularly good one. DDD pancakes is a sleeper word, turns into free catchy. What if he... Oh, hey, wait, they're starting the plan. Okay, perfect. So now I can go over this and see if I'm actually going crazy. But yeah, what if Akechi was called Free Catchy and he ate ass up toes? Okay. Steal your heart. I know she can spell on that to me. I just spell on himself at all. Can I see that? Variation. That's tough. Sorry, go on. Okay, so I'm like right at the beginning. Did they talk about changing her heart yet, or just that they? That's why nobody but the person who uses the nav even realizes they're in the metaverse. Okay. Sure. I'll take your word for it, because this game is kind of flip-floppy about that sometimes. Like, okay, but this is just bullshit, Ryuji, you know that. Because what's his face? Not Madarame, the guy after Madarame. Not Shida. What's his fucking name? The bank guy. Even when you weren't in the palace, it was fucking raining money, and everyone was made out of ATMs. So let's not hear any of that. And then also in Madarame's palace, it was fucking nighttime when it wasn't nighttime before. So you know. Okay, they haven't talked about changing the heart yet. So I'll complain about that when I get there. But, so yeah. Second, the scenery and details outside of the palace proper are the same as in the real world. Yeah. Okay. Once we heard that from the crew, we secretly went to check without Akechi knowing. I don't know when or how you did that, but okay, they did. Even though An was in my party the entire time. Let's just say that, yeah, everyone else went to go check it. Okay, sure, whatever. Even though Akechi also wasn't in my party. So how would they not have noticed that everyone else left? And also, even if they're not in the party, they still follow you around in the palace because that's how you push them out in the middle of combat. So like, when did they go and check it? Or are you saying that they checked it when Joker wasn't going to the palace? I'm just getting tired of this stupid shit, man. Which twist do you prefer, P4 or P5? P4. I've already made clear my grievances with P5. And in P4, it's just way better. The only thing I can really say about P4's twist that's kind of not great is, that in terms of, like, Akechi's whole deal, he is incredibly suspicious before it's revealed that it's him. Like, not every situation is, like, incredibly suspicious, but there are some times where you talk to Akechi, and he's like, you kids are looking into those murders. Well, I mean, keep doing that. because you know, the times where it makes more sense are like when he's talking to you and Dojima, and he's just like, "So those merds, right? Crazy, right?" And Dojima's like, "Stop talking, Akechi," because you know that's believable because Akechi's just like some young guy who's excited about a case he's working on. He would, you know, spill his guts like a fucking idiot because he's not a professional yet, or he's not acting like one. But you know, then it gets recontextualized as no, he's doing that on purpose. But you know, the times where it makes a little bit less sense, where he like actively goads you on to do this shit, and it's like, yeah, all right, Akechi, don't reveal your hand too early. He's a little suspicious. Plus, when you actually get to the twist and you're talking about with Naruto, it's like, yeah, who else could it be? I don't think the game lets you work it out for yourself enough. That's not even to mention the whole hospital scene where you have to choose like 5 of the right dialogue options in a row to not get a bad ending. It's a whole thing. Gavin, what example of characters speaking uniquely from each other in One Piece? With like specific lines? Fucking I don't know. I couldn't name a line from One Piece unless it's like one of the more popular ones, like "I want to live." But "I want to live" is less about about the words that are said and more about the character who's saying it. So that automatically doesn't really count. Kaizoku oni ore wa naru. I don't know. That's the thing Luffy says. Yeah, I couldn't give you just an example off the top of my head. I can open up a chapter of One Piece and do that, but like, I probably won't. Maybe. That's how much time we have. It's Itachi though? Yeah. What? Wait, have I been saying Akechi instead of Itachi? Why did they make their fucking names so similar? I might have been saying Akechi instead of Itachi, but for that whole P4 twist section, I was talking about Adachi. Akechi Nunding, this work, a perfect talking replica of him in the Metaverse interrogation room. But how did you do that? How did you have a replica version of Joker in the room? Because the only way you get a replica of someone in the metaverse is if that person is, you know, imagining that cognition in the palace. Because remember, for Haru's dad, for Okumura's palace, the only reason that there was a cognitive Haru in there, and for Kamoshida with a cognitive An, is because in Kamoshida's mind, An is his bitch, and she's always there with him. And in Okumura's mind, the fiance is Haru's fiance, and they both belong within his orbit. That's why they were in the palace. But why the fuck was Joker's cognitive replica just hanging out in Sai's palace? Why was he? How'd he get there? What was he doing there? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Sorry, it doesn't make any sense. Unless... Okay, so no. So Sai seeing Joker in the interrogation room in the real world put him there in the shadow world. But again, that just brings us back in a circle to how the fuck did he get to the real world? I actually got the bad ending in the hospital scene in my first playthrough. I think that I knew about the bad ending ahead of time, and so I looked it up. So I don't remember getting the bad ending, but I also don't remember like guessing correctly every time. So I'm like 90% sure that I knew about it beforehand and I looked it up. Because I wasn't gonna go for the bad ending, because like who cares? What fucking song is this? I might have put too many Mario DDR songs in here. Since he had yet to be caught though, there obviously wouldn't be anyone in that room. Yes, okay. Once we saw the casino get some police officers, we were convinced this would work. Why? That's what does that mean? They looked no different from actual living people. Until they turned into shadows, but coincidentally they don't do that. After that, we just had to work our way into the palace like we were moving into the dark. Yeah. Okay, I'm almost falling. Anyone who plans to the show, however, is all the terrifying athletic police ambush as a result, which, we couldn't get the metaverse, except that was all an act. We had prepared an empty briefcase beforehand and merely acted like we were taking the treasure. What do you mean, prepared an empty briefcase beforehand? Who was holding it? Where were they hiding it? Where'd they put it? How did they do a fucking Indiana Jones hot swap when you guys defeated Sai? Where did they come from? These are the police. Were coming for us? We made sure before the operation that the police would be waiting to ambush us. Just as I said, so it was a debate. Okay, but why were the police ambushing you? Who called them? Did you call on your shadow phone to the shadow police? How did the police get here? Did Futaba hack the shadow computers of the shadow police to tell them that Joker would be here in the shadow realm? You know what? Sure. Let's assume that all of what I just said is true. That is what happened. Okay, fine. I'll take your word for it. Keep going. I'll walk with you here. These Kun kept getting captured by the police, and when definitely find it, I'll be interrogating him with no knowledge of this. Okay, but how? How did you lure catching into the interrogation room? How did you get to the? Okay, just keep on. I need with the coordinates. Seems like she uses laptop to remotely access the meta. I'm sorry, what? Since when can that happen? Remotely access the metaverse? You made that up. That's not a thing. That's not a thing that existed before, like, 2 seconds ago. You made that up. You're a liar. This one didn't have time to talk to you about it later. Yeah, whatever, dog. I think she just was the fake in the palace. One thing he'd be even Taurus. Okay, but how did real Joker get to the real interrogation room? But how did he get there? For a few seconds, I kept myself in my quiet chamber. That's why you gave me your phone, I think, because what you told me. I said this to myself. But how did Joker get to the real world? Okay, no, I'm looking it up now, because we're fucking... Because there's no way that everyone just overlooked this. Okay, so beginning with the soundtrack, it should be a... Wait, what? Okay, what do you mean starting at the beginning with the obvious stuff? Joker gets his shit beat by the other interrogators. How did he get there? What? You skipped past the actual beginning and the actual important stuff. What the fuck? Throwing Sai and Akechi into the metaverse without them realizing it. Since Rise's specimen, only at the courthouse, everything here is completely normal. This is when Sai moves on, Akechi. Okay, but how did Joker get caught into the interrogation room? You keep explaining, you keep skipping over all of that. Oh my god. Are Persona fans stupid? I understand, generally speaking, how the arrest happened in the metaverse. How were they taken out of the metaverse and then re-entered the underground prison by Akechi seeing the phone? Assuming the fake they mentioned was Joker and not the MC, the high school student. How did him dying not cause a mental shutdown and Joker outside the metaverse? Well, okay, because that's just this person not understanding the story. It's a different thing. She entered seeing as he saw Joker as a threat. That's why he was good. That too! How did Joker get back into his... Wait, no. In the real world, he would have had his real clothes on, because obviously. But in the metaverse, would Sayana have still seen Joker as an enemy, or does that not matter? I guess it wouldn't matter, because it's not like Ann turned into a fucking bikini version of herself when she entered the metaverse. Even though you can take off clothes in the metaverse, despite the fact that the reason the clothes appear is because you get seen as a threat, even though you can take them off and put on his fucking swimsuit. Oh my god, the rules don't make any sense. I hate this game. I hate Persona 5. Oh, hold on, Peak is on. God, where's Uprising 2? Give Sakurai a team. Let him make Uprising 2. This song is so fucking good. Don't know why they went with Spanish guitars for Dark Pit, but don't care. Sounds hype. Talk to yourself about search person just fine. Well, their kid was a cognitive. Okay, but how did he get arrested and taken out into the goddamn thing? No one's explaining that part. Never mind. It was a mistake to try and look for the answers from fans. Persona 5 fans are evidently not very smart, considering the fact they think Persona 5 is a good game. All I could do was try to handle the messages that started coming from my phone. Yeah. My experience was a little dangerous. Some minutes on the past for some time. I mean, why would he even say that? Why is the amount of time they're in their own palace matter? Futaba was literally the treasure of her own palace. However that works. I don't think length of time matters at all, but go off, Yusuke. Interrogation, things to go as well. I think there's something like you from money to the assassination. Action has something impossible. Their plan. Fucking good thing Joker is the most charismatic nigga on Earth. Being able to convince a fucking prosecutor, hey, what if you just like do me a real quick favor? A Japanese prosecutor, no less. Which is not me having an epic racism moment. It's just like, you know, the way the justice system works in Japan is far more, let's say, strict than here. You would not be able to convince a prosecutor of doing anything, doing any favors for you. What did you do about the body? Never even checked it. There is no head of corner working to ensure he's. I didn't take one look at the scene. He's passing. Okay. Okay. See, but explain this one to me, right? So, the coroner didn't know that Joker isn't actually dead because the coroner didn't check the body. They were paid off to just say it was a suicide. Moving right along. I understand that. But did no one walk into the room and notice that there wasn't anyone in there? Like, I'm sorry, but if someone dies in an interrogation room, someone has to go clean up the body. And remember, Akechi only killed the Fako version of Joker. So in the real world, what do the police think is happening in that interrogation room? Do they think that the Joker's rotting corpse is still just sitting in there, waiting for the janitor to clean it up? Someone would have gone to pick up the body, to get rid of it. Oh. I hate this game. I hate this game so bad. I'm curious as to how Makoto knocked out the cognitive Akechi. What do you mean knocked out the cognitive Akechi? What are you talking about? As a result, these consumers have plan. With that confusion, he was able to escape Rijima-san's help. I made sure nobody would check the morgue for his body, and thanks to that, nobody knows he survived. Okay, that's fine if no one checked the morgue. but the interrogation room still has a dead body in it. Or at least that's what they should all know, or assume, because he died in there. Even if the way he died was, you know, falsified, they would think he's dead and in the room. I'm sorry, what? Oh, I knew right away to pan our toe. Who gives a fart? He stood in front of a store and smiled to himself. Who gives a fart? Thanks, guys. Whatever. Skip, I don't care. It's just Akechi being like, I've done it, father! Don't call me father, boy, I don't love you. Oh, I know, I'm just so glad that we're so evil. It's like, oh shit, that one did a number on my throat. Having a DSP moment. Alright, yeah, let's now have a conversation about how evil we are, and how well our evil plans are working out evilly. Put these back together. Gavin, they aren't stupid. Stupid implies some level of intelligence. They don't even play the games. True, Persona fans do not even play the video game. But if anything, if they only watch the cutscenes, they should know exactly what's going on. They'd have a game to distract them. Anyway, and then they go, wait a minute, Shido, he's like connected to everything, which is really fucking coincidental and stupid, and I hate it. The Diet building. Yep, we're going after Shido or something. It's time for some ass destruction. Now back to our conversation about us being evil. The longer I drag out that E, the more it hurts. Your friends closer, my foes closer. I haven't listened to the reload version of Mass Destruction, I'm just realizing. I think if you something to Futaba in your bedroom, she reveals the plan. Yeah, I know if you talk to Futaba, she explains more, but I doubt it's gonna get any less shit than it was already. Oh, I check your phone minutes for sure, that came in handy. Catchy. Sorry, kissing. Right, okay, but I'm not concerned with how she got Akechi into the metaverse. How did Joker get caught and then put in the metaverse, and then put out of the metaverse? But there was a chance they just passed each other without saying a single word. That's why I needed you to tell side news to show the phone to Akechi. A fucking bookmark punch? What the hell are you talking about? Okay, but this is everything after the part that I care about. I don't feel like the opponent came into the metaverse. If I catch it, that's not Holly or Clark. I'll have discussion and decide. And had a separate she had like an interrogation. Oh, that's fine. And as you know beforehand, I understand that. Okay, that's cool and all. That's not the part I'm concerned with. That's a minute. Cognitive Akechi? What the who's it? Huh? What do you mean cognitive Akechi? What cognitive Akechi? Those are catching Simon Thompson and hadn't killed the cognitive D's. Right? But Akechi would have entered the palace immediately after entering Holly. That is a pretty decent chance of going to the cognitive Akechi. Okay. So I guess in the same way that there's a cognitive Joker, there'd also be a cognitive Akechi since Sai, in her mind, sees that Akechi is right there in front of her. I assume is what we're going with. If that happened, Akechi would have told me Rosie alluded him to the palace. Yeah, obviously. Nobody actually thought of his first meeting until the night of assassination, which occurred in the middle of the night. As a human shining out of the tomb, no, I should have sang some of the first. You told Sign on the phone, was sweater for a child from the Robos, we got a few minutes to check. Time we actually showed up. Activated. We left Richard's hand out though, and only left an operation in the end. Hopefully, side and nature. Someone that feels an ordinary kid. So they just beat the shit out of him and put him away, okay. That didn't explain anything! that was all shit that I already knew! Oh yeah, how's that work? Why'd my relationship with Akechi go up if that wasn't me in there? And I have no idea what he said. I don't know what he said to that version of you in there. But we should make use of this. But okay, but how? You can't just say, hey, isn't it weird that you picked up on when he said that your relationship improved with him even though you weren't there? It's like, yeah. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This game is so bad, dude. The story makes no sense. This stream has been like 30 minutes of gameplay and an hour and a half of of story complaining. Because this is when Persona 5 story gets, like, really bad. Is it unfortunate that it's ended up this way? Sure. But at the same time... This is kind of why I wanted to stream the game. So I could go through it and say, hey, this right here is a problem. Man, certified school teacher, certified pedophile. I'm just saying, man. And God forbid you ever talk to a Persona fan and you tell them, hey, what if a Persona game came out that didn't have pedophiles in it? Or sorry, that didn't have glorified pedophiles in it. And they go, wait a minute, whoa. Are you saying that you should take out the fucking your teacher and other adults part of the game? That's, like, critical to the Persona 5 experience. And it's like, just stop. Just stop. Persona fans are like actually retarded. Send them all to the gulags. Why'd the stream pause? That's weird. Yeah. And then something or other about the fucking Diet building as a palace, and it's like, well, what does he see it as? It's like a ship that steers the nation, or something. And I'm glad that one guy had a pretty good example to use. Alright, we should probably get away from here, because it looks kind of suspicious that a group of high school students is standing outside of a fucking thingamabob. Why is the stream keep pausing? Hold on. Is YouTube fucking up or is my stream fucking up? Because something's not right here. Thoughts on the confidants now that you've done them all again? I mean, I skipped the dialogue for most of them. As far as I'm concerned, all of my thoughts on the confidants are pretty set in stone. I doubt they're gonna change at all in any capacity ever. The only one that I don't have an opinion on is Haru's, which is why I was skipping her dialogue when I was doing it earlier. But for all the other ones, I just skip the dialogue, because, like, that ain't what I'm here for. I don't know why they went so hard on the guitar for fucking Mecha Wark's theme. That has a girl going nya 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 over and over again in the background. But it does go hard with the boots and cats. Alright, anyway. Hey, you should the stars. God, I get it. My fucking confidants are all texting me being like, yo, what's up, man? You good? Can we just fucking get them all done at once and not have to do this bullshit? Okay, yeah, whatever. All the support, something or other. Let's just wait for the part where Shido is like, I am like a ship steering the nation. Or like a plane. Or like a car. Or like some other mode of transportation. But coincidentally, boat will be the one that you guys settle on. Because that's like the first thing I said, or the first thing you heard. It could not be any other thing that could be steered. If anything, I feel like a boat is kind of an esoteric one to go around to. Like, of all things that people talk about steering, we should not think of car before you think of a boat. I don't know, dog, it's just kind of weird. Maybe it's different for an island nation. Huh. But Gavin don't like the pedo stuff given. That's a interesting. The Gavin don't like the pedo stuff. I don't like the pedo stuff given by the game. So yeah, it's bad. Why? Why does the game glorify the pedophiles? Because never forget that Kamoshida fucking on was a bad thing, but Kawakami fucking you is a good thing. And also the doctor, and also the reporter, and also the fortune teller. And also some others that I might be forgetting about. I think that's everyone. Because there's the chess player, but she's your age. Oh my fucking god! Not that one. This one. So yeah, why does Japan have so many pedophiles in it? Which is why the thumbnail is the way that it is. Just in case you were wondering. But yeah, there's the fortune teller, and the doctor, and your teacher, and the reporter. Why? Why all the pedophiles, dude? Given Lily. Oh, but Gavin doesn't like the pedo stuff given Lily. Well, yeah, because Lily's not a child. This has been thoroughly established already. To be a pedophile, you have to like children. And Lily isn't a child, so I'm not a pedophile. You see how that works? But the doctor is hot and goth. I mean, yeah. She's a cool pedophile. And if I were the one being pedophiled on, I'm sure I wouldn't mind, especially if I was like 17. But it's still immoral. That's like those news stories that you hear when it's like, oh, 13-year-old and teacher arrested because they were having a relationship, and then you see all the fucking Twitter comments being like, lucky guy, and it's like, he might have liked it, this is a horny-ass 13-year-old, but she's a pedophile. Not to mention the professional relationship violation. But the more important part is that she's a pedophile. Speaking of professional relationships, that's one of the things that throughout the few jobs that I've had for the past few years, I'm not like 100% clear on, because obviously relationships in the workplace aren't like illegal. You are allowed to date your coworkers. In fact, it happens all the time. But every job I've gone to has made it a point to point out that like there's a professional weirdness when you date your coworkers, and it's like, well, why? If they're equals to you, then like, what's the problem? Even if they're like technically seniors to you at like wherever you're working, like they've been working there for a year, but you're a new hire, that's still not like a professional difference. It's not like fucking your boss. Because realistically, you know, a year's difference in the workplace is like, who cares? You know, fucking your coworker of a year your senior is not going to stop you from getting a promotion. If they shit talk you, it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that you're a senior. It has to do with the fact that they're spreading poor information about you in the workplace. But whatever. Lily is not a child, Gavin 2024. I don't know why you're quoting me like that's like a crazy thing to say. Lily is, in fact, not a child. Oh, of course, I forget the sound argument of, but she's got thighs the size of Jupiter. Well, yeah. From my knowledge of biology, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but children do not look like that. That's A, and B, the fact that the game states that she's become old enough to go on her world tour, world journey, or whatever, her pilgrimage. And sure, they don't say a specific age. But why would she be going out exploring the world at like 15? Are there any Street Fighter characters that are... I know there's Sakura. And I guess, Lily too, since I'm pretty sure Lily is Sakura's age, but I don't know about that, correct me if I'm wrong. Makoto's 17. Is it just those three? Ibuki, maybe? How old's Ibuki? Sick crit, dude. Oh, how old's Sean? Sean might be a young buck. Sick crit, dude. That saxophone fucks so hard. I wish TF2 was a game that I was at all interested in. Because there's a lot of parts of it that I'm interested in. Just nothing to do with the actual gameplay. I think that Ibuki is also around 17. I feel like I remember hearing that somewhere, but I couldn't tell you where. But, whatevs. I was only making an example anyway. Point being, there are very few characters in Street Fighter that are that young anyway. Shut up. More. More! Alright, you're good. Is that the theme of Gold Lewis Dickens' song that I hear? Ugh. Lucky me. What the fuck? It's not a big deal. We can handle it. I don't have to think about it. Where's my damage at, dog? Oh. Weird that it didn't proc any other times that I hit him with physical, but okay. Yeah, I don't know why my phone keeps pausing the stream. That's weird. I don't know if that's a YouTube problem or my phone problem. But the stream itself seems to be doing fine, so like... it's mildly annoying. Still annoying, mind you, since I have to keep my phone open to be able to reach chat. I wonder how much of the dungeon I can even do on this day. Because I've only got like an hour left until I want to get out of here. Can we go upstairs? Does the menu say oral shot? Oh, what's it? The Phantom Thieves. I called them oral cum shots. Keep up with the stream lore. That's not a lot of EXP. Maybe I just say fuck the fights. Yeah, there we go. Oral cum shot. That's the Phantom Thieves are called. Ooh, yeah, no. Skipping the fights for now. I do not need this bullshit. What if Gavin was Gaffreak? Listen, I just thought it was funny. Is that so wrong? Nuke and ice. Womp womp. Ryuji, fuck him up. Useless boy. Oh, I didn't even see that fucking other part because of the YouTube part thing. What if Gavin was Gaffreak or Pedovin? Dude. What did I even do for real? 18,000? Sheesh. I mean, I'll take it. But yeah, what did I even do for real? Are we still talking about Lily, the not child? Because I hate to break it to you. Actually, no, I love to break it to you. What the fuck am I talking about? Where does this go? It's nice, I guess. I've never been up here. I wish the palaces did a few more optional areas like that, and less of the go down a hallway, fight some guys. Stuff that the rest of the game does. Prove it, coward. As far as the Street Fighter community knows, Lily mathematically would not be a teenager at this point. She would be at least 18. Bare minimum. There isn't any proof, per se. But the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Oh my god, shut up, I don't care about this dialogue, it's useless, I say. If anything, if you're going to accuse me of this, that... Oh, hi. If you're going to accuse me of this, that, or the other, how about you prove it? Hmm? You ever think about that one? I'm the one being placed under fire, so the onus of evidence is on Hugh. Wait, did you say it was surprising that they all seem like real humans? Hasn't that applied to literally every other palace? Wasn't that, like, the whole crux of our plan in the last palace? Morgana, are you stupid? Are the Persona 5 writers stupid? Oh yay, it's the VIP part of the game. That's gonna be real stupid. And then they'll break the rules of the fucking shit even more. Speaking of breaking rules, did Svit talk about the whole, size palace, plan not making any sense? Because I feel like he didn't. But it's also been like a hot minute since I've seen that video. Stop talking. Well, hold on. I should at least be allowed to teleport to the other safe room, no? Oh, fucking hate. This game pissing me off. Simple. When you walk away, don't hear me say, please, baby. And a simple lengthy news, the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go. Oh, tell me what lies me this moment. So that you're on. Regardless of warnings, the future doesn't scare me at all. The orchestral version of Simple and Clean is so fucking good, and it annoys me that it's from fucking Dream Drop Distance. Because I think it deserved to be given to a better Kingdom Hearts game, by which I mean 3. Because never forget, the only good Kingdom Hearts games are 1, 2, and 3. If I hadn't spent so much time ranting about the story earlier, I would consider actually doing some of Shido's Palace now. But unfortunately, we just don't really have the time for it. But what I will do, since I appear to have skipped over at some point, is talk about Sai's change of heart, or rather lack thereof, question mark. Because it's mentioned by Sai at some point in one of those cutscenes that I might have skipped. It's mentioned by Sai that... Oh, sweetheart. Yeah, I'll save the game and get out of here. Actually, no, I can go hang out with Haru and talk while I do that, because it's not going to go up. But, yeah, so... How did we get to the rooftop? Like, just we sneak past everyone? Whatever. Yeah, it's mentioned at some point during one of those cutscenes with Sai in LeBlanc that Sai is like, oh, did you guys steal my treasure? What was my treasure? And then they say, you know, oh, we don't know what it was. We didn't actually take your treasure. We only took the fake briefcase. Haru said she wants to go where normal people go. Tsukishima, sure. But anyway, yeah, so it's mentioned during the Sai cutscene that they're like, oh, we didn't take your briefcase, or we didn't take your treasure. And she's like, oh, so how did I have a change of heart? And the rest of them are just like, oh, well, I guess you did it by yourself. But that brings up, like, a whole host of moral and ethical complaints with this game. Or questions with this game. Because if the Phantom Thieves are knowingly, or know for a fact that it is in fact possible to change people whose hearts are distorted enough that they turn to a palace. Because let's not, mince words here. The reason that Sai has a palace is because she is super distorted. That's like the whole point. The game establishes that. That's why the side quests you do in Mementos are just like random bosses that just sit in Mementos. They're not fucked up enough to. That's for Futaba. That's also Futaba, and that's Or also Futaba, maybe? I don't know. But useless. But yeah, so the Phantom Thieves know that someone who's distorted, whose desires are distorted enough to turn into a palace can be changed by just becoming a better person. Doesn't it kind of bring up a lot of moral and ethical questions with the fact that they're basically mind controlling everyone else in the game to become a better person? I know you could argue that Phantom Thieves aren't very concerned with the moral or ethical quandaries related to, you know, changing people's hearts. That they are, they just want the end result. They don't really care about the ethical part of it, which is fair. I probably wouldn't care either if I was dealing with actual pedophiles and mob bosses and whatnot. But it's a very important ethical question that the game never brings up, and that fans of this game never like to really get into. Because I remember, I think Svik got into it, but then people dogged on him for that. And by people, I mean ALX. And by ALX, I mean that's the only people that I know of for a fact that don't like that video. The rest of it, I just know people like broadly don't like the game, or people broadly don't like the video that much. I don't know of anyone else's specific criticisms of it, except for ALX, but that's because ALX's whole format is allowing me to hear those specific criticisms, so... Yeah, it's something I don't ever see brought up, like, ever, and that's weird to me. Because it's like, oh yeah, the Phantom Thieves, we're for justice. Justice agrees with us, and it's like, no it doesn't. Like, dictionary definition does not. But like by the letter of the law, justice will not agree with you. You're a liar. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today, so we can make our way out of here. So can you explain it one more time why P5's dialogue is so bad? So, you know, the way it works is that good dialogue, or at least it's emblematic of good dialogue, when you can tell what character is speaking purely based on what they say without having to hear their voice. A very well-written character should be distinguished by the way they speak rather than anything else. And now granted, you could cheat with this by just having them have like a vocal tick or an accent. Like, yeah, I know Naruto said that because the sentence ends with "datai by o," or "believe it" in English. But regardless, it's something you should strive for, especially in a game that is so filled to the brim with a colorful cast such as Persona 5. This might not be something you have to worry about as much as something like Death Note, where you're primarily following two characters with like a bunch of guys who are also kind of there. And even between those two characters, it's mostly about the things that they think and the plans that they come up with, rather than like specifically what they're saying. Especially since what they're saying ends up being in their mind a lot of the time anyway. You get the point. So it's kind of annoying and emblematic of the writing's poor quality in Persona 5 that a lot of characters just kind of speak to fill space or to get the plot across to the player. Very few characters ever talk like their actual like personalities would dictate they would. They get close, mind you, because when I was making that example earlier, a lot of the times I was going like Makoto or Haru, and so it's like, okay, it's good that I can at least narrow it down to those two, but the fact that it's two and not one is the problem. I should be able to go, oh, that's Makoto saying that. Oh, that's Haru saying that. The fact that it's like, I don't know, it could be either one, dog, is bad. But Ryuji is one of the best characters in the game because he's so well written and well fleshed out that I can't think of anything he's ever said where I was like, Ryuji wouldn't say that. Or something that Ryuji did say where it was like, someone else could have said that. And again, like I said, you could kind of say that it's cheating to give them a vocal tick, because Ryuji curses way more often than any other character in this game does. I'm not even sure how many other characters curse at all. I don't think Makoto does. I don't think Haru does. I don't think Futaba does. I don't think Yusuke does. I don't think Morgana does. I don't think An does. Yeah? So yeah, you could argue that's cheating, but the fact that that's even something Ryuji does, like, personality-wise anyway, the fact that he's so impassioned and vulgar enough to even be cursing that off in the first place, is what makes Ryuji Ryuji. What can you say about An? What's An's personality? She's confident. Kind of headstrong, a little bit stubborn. Okay, that's something. We can work with that. But does that really ever come across in her dialogue? Like, when the gang tells An to strip for Yusuke, and she's like, ew, no, I don't want to do that. Is that a thing that An would say because she's stubborn and headstrong? Or is that a thing that An is saying because she doesn't want to strip in front of Yusuke? Like, replace An with Makoto or Haru in that scene, and would they be like, yeah, sure, whatever? Or would they also go, ew, no? You know? So, that's that whole thing. But, anyway, that's enough out of me. Enough yapping, enough yelling about Persona 5, a game that I hate, and am currently on my 200-something hour on. Oy vey. But hey, we get her done. And hey, we're on Shido's Palace now, so in like 2 to 3 more streams, we should be done with the game. And then you never have to see me play it ever again. Probably. So, yeah. That's enough. That's it. Shove off.